Hey guys, so we just revealed a new character for POPGOES Evergreen. He doesn't have a name, so I can't really refer to him by anything, but as you can tell, it's very clearly a new iteration of Freddy Fazbear, or more specifically Toy Freddy. Not going to be around the bush, it's very clearly a new version of Toy Freddy. In fact, in development, we have referred to this character as Fucked Toy Freddy, or Fucked Up Toy Freddy. When I was first contemplating how this character should look, he was going to be a lot more distorted. But my vision sort of changed as we went through iterations with Tigera Rainbowa. She helped design the character and the other fucked toys. And then Alexis modeled the character. And as we sort of went through that process, he became a little bit more symmetrical, a little bit more smooth. My sort of ethos while designing this character was to make something that I feel like Scott Cawthon would have made in 2014, 2015. And I think in terms of accuracy to his style, I think we nailed it. I think it's really, really accurate. I think Alexis did a really, really good job. He also made the original Toy Freddy and all the other toys that we'll be using in the game. So he's very, very good accuracy modeling, and also evidently original character modeling. So very, very happy with what he did with for us. So there are some questions. It's a divisive character design. I'm not gonna, it totally is something new for POPGOES. It's something new for an official FNAF game, FNAF spin-off, I suppose, for a long time. So first things first, is this a Nightmare animatronic? No. It could be, it could have been, we could have made it one. It isn't. In design, it isn't a Nightmare animatronic. If you, when you eventually get to see the other fucked up toys, you'll see they don't have claws. Freddy's the only one that has claws. So if you sort of use claws as a defining trait of the Nightmares, which I totally understand, don't worry about it because he's the only one who has claws. In fact, the only reason Freddy has claws is because, in my mind, an exaggeration of Freddy's character, who is a bear, would have claws. That's also why you'll see his body shape is so swollen, so large, so top heavy, because he's a bear. He's a giant cartoon bear, and to make him more intimidating and to make him more of a villain, make him more of a threat, we decided to exaggerate those features and make him look more like a beast. So he has claws, the others do not. You'll eventually see them in the coming year or so. I imagine, I guess, maybe. I mean, I might hide them until the game releases in like 2027. But he has claws, yeah. But he's not a Nightmare. He's also not a monster. The monster characters are from Candies 3. We could have totally made him a monster officially within the universe because Candies and POPGOES take place in the same world. But he's not a monster either. He's a completely new character in his own set, because there is a set. So you can expect a equivalent for Toy Chica, for Toy Bonnie, etc. Down the line, of course. And but they are not monsters or nightmares. They are their own character, and I don't have a name for it yet. The only thing we've really settled on, or not settled on, but the only thing we've felt somewhat comfortable is Crooked. Twisted is also a really good name for them, but that's taken. Crooked is sort of like the next best thing, and then it would be Toy. So Crooked Toy Freddy or Crooked Toy Bonnie. But at the moment, he doesn't have a name. So by all means, send your suggestions our way, and we'll see what happens. But at the moment, I'm just going to keep calling him Big Freddy, Fucked Up Toy Freddy, or even Nightmare Freddy, honestly, because I understand why people would come to that conclusion, and so maybe I'll use that name as well. But yeah, officially we'll have a name at some point, but nothing yet. Another question is, what even is this? What is this character? Who is he? Where is he? So I'm not going to reveal too much. This is a character that does appear in the post-night sections of Evergreen. Now, calling these sections post-night is a bit of a disservice to them, because if I'm honest with you, from what I'm planning and what we've got going so far, the sections that happen between the main night gameplay, and I'm referring to the office gameplay that you've already seen clips of, between those, the length, the detail, the gameplay depth is about the same. as the night gameplay. Don't worry though, we aren't making like an entire new pizzeria and an entire new like camera system or something like that. Not the case. It is I suppose closer to a night of FNAF 6, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator, where you can't see the environments outside of where you're stationed, but there is still stuff going on. There are enemies to take care of. There are things to deal with, resource management to a certain degree, I suppose. So this character appears there. And of course, some people have speculated, we play as Fritz because this is clearly a nightmarish version of the toys, of Toy Freddy, and Fritz had nightmares of the toys. Fantastic observation. Whether you're right or not, you'll have to wait and see. But I wouldn't be so hasty. It's been done before. Let's not take the piss. It's been done before in FNAF 4 and Candies 3. Would I really want to do it again in the same way? I don't know, but it's clearly a distortion, exaggeration, corruption of the toys. So make of that as you will, whatever the fuck, however you say it. But yes, there are 5 of these in total. 3 of them have been modelled, and all of them have been designed. So we are around halfway through the the execution of these characters. I'm loving them. They are divisive. I mean, not even there are other people on the team that go like, yeah, they work, but I'm not big on them, and I've had to stand my ground. This is exactly how I've imagined them. This is how I haven't been a complete dick about it. We have obviously changed certain features, but this is exactly how I imagined the final product to look like. So yeah. So who was involved? Character designed by me and Tigera. Tigera went through multiple iterations for each character, and eventually I'll love to show them off. They're really cool. And then Alexis went through only a few iterations. He's really good, really fast. And also the animation, it was made by Odium. So the animation that we got ready basically today, we started it last night, was done by Odium very quickly. It's rendered in Eevee, by the way. Everything in Evergreen is rendered, almost everything is rendered in Eevee. And it was edited in like 4 minutes by Vardoz, who was a member of my Buy Me a Coffee server. He helped out with that. I really, really appreciate that, because we were struggling to get the video ready. So yeah, I ask you that you be patient. You give it time, give it a chance. I understand it's a strange, weird character design. I understand that it can look reminiscent of other fan games that have tried to do Nightmare toys. I generally speaking, I despise the Nightmare toy fan designs. Because I think that they're generally speaking very lazy, and it makes them all feel like they're too close, too similar to each other, similar body shapes, similar withering, things like that. And obviously, I'll try my best to avoid that kind of problems. But yeah, please give it a chance. It's a weird character, but that's the point. He's fucked up. He's a swole, built, fucking. He's been lifting, but that is only the case with Freddy. So, what I'd love to see? I'd love to see some fan interpretations of what the other toys could look like. How would you exaggerate the features of Toy Chica or Toy Bonnie or BB? How would you make them scarier in the mind of someone who's already frightened by them? Not necessarily talking about Fritz here, by the way, but I'm saying, if you're scared of the toys, or if you see the toys in the dark and your mind starts playing tricks on you and you start overthinking and you start to exaggerate how they look or exaggerate certain parts of them. Like if there's a bear character, you might think of him more as an actual bear, which is what we've done here. How would you apply that to a character like Toy Chica, who is a bird, or Toy Bonnie, who is a rabbit, or the fact that Toy Chica can remove her beak, for example, or her bib, or her cupcake? There's tons of things you got to really think about it, and that's what we've been doing with these characters. So I'd love to see fan interpretations of them. But yeah. You can give your feedback. We're done with the character design, so we're not going to change them. But share your feedback, criticize it, sing your praises if you love them. If you love how he looks, we will show off more of this character, maybe before the end of the year, because obviously there isn't much left to show. I will say, someone asked whether whether his arms, whether his massive torso is compensating for something. Yes, it is. It is compensating for his very small pair of legs and feet. He's got very small legs and feet. So there is that to reveal, I guess. And his head, the rest of his head. His hat. He does have a hat. In fact, I said recently on Twitter, he only barely kept his claws. And that's true. We removed his claws because I spoke to Phil, I spoke to Emil, obviously Emil's on the team, and there was a consensus, should he have claws? Because the original Toy Freddy doesn't have claws. I don't want to add too much to the character. I want it to be mostly a distortion of what he already is. But we decided to add claws because, to be honest with you, this teaser with him holding the mask, his fingers without the claws look rather phallic, to be honest with you. So we added the claws back and it looked much better. It looked much more intimidating. And you'll see more of that later in the game as well. And also his hat. He originally didn't have a hat because I wanted him to look more like a bear, to look more raw. Raw is in R-A-W, although R-O-A-R also is quite effective. But yeah, he didn't have a hat. And Phil thought it looked really ridiculous. He thought he looked like one of those old FNAF 2 custom night ship hosts. He kept using that. He kept using that comparison, which is valid, I suppose. But he does have a hat now, and he looks. I think he does look better. I think Phil was probably spitting facts there, to be honest with you. But yeah, there's a hat that we'll have to reveal at some point, and his feet. But it probably won't be that long. Maybe when we hit like a milestone on the Evergreen Game Drop page, or I don't know. But yeah, hang in there. I hope you like it. I hope you liked the teaser. I hope you liked everything on Halloween. Because we did reveal like 5 things, or release 5 things. And also, big ups to the other Fanverse devs, Nixon and Phil. Or Phil revealed like a meme, basically. But it's always nice to get something from him. And then Nixon also revealed something for The Joy of Creation. Great to see it. Yeah, Fanverse is carrying, as always. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's a good time to be a FNAF fan. It's a good time to be a Fanverse fan. So thanks for all the support. And yeah, that'll be it for today, I think. So yeah, happy Halloween, everyone.